let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show, and it's an honor for me and old Mike to be over here another week.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, we still struggling to catch fish, though, but I don't know, Mike. We'll just have to stay after them, is all I know.
Yeah, that's right. Stay after them.
Yeah, I mean, you can't catch them sitting on the couch.
No. If you stand the heat, just get right out in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's right. You got to be out there to catch them. And we caught a few this past weekend. You and Bill was together, and I had IUOE's president and business manager. David Ray was with me, and it's been several years since he and I got to fish together, and he just had a open night, and so I met him up there at Hardy's, and we went up and fished, and I was disappointed. I thought we had about 10 minutes of film, but I don't know where, unless I didn't have the camera on half the time that we was filming. It's the only thing I can figure, because we caught several fish, but only got about 4 minutes worth of film, and I've not figured out yet where it all went to.
Yeah.
So I must have not had the camera on when I thought I was filming, and then when you throw one back in the lake like that, you don't have any.
No.
I mean, so, but we do have a little bit of film, and we'll show that here in a little bit. Brought a box full of baits over, and try to make up some different colors here, because it does change, and we talked about that time and time again. Just a subtle little change of the trailer or the color of the jig skirt make a lot of difference.
It sure does.
Yeah. But I do want to welcome everybody. Want to say hello to Bill, Charlie Irwin, Jeff Parrott, Mike Pennington, and old Ray Bryant. And glad to have you all watching us tonight, and we can move right along with the show. And if you want to call in, give us a shout and say hello, whatever. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Tell us what to catch them on.
Yeah, that's mainly right there, Mike. What to catch them on? That's the whole deal. It's just been a whirlwind of what's going on up there. I'd also want to say Reynolds Racing and Marine, give them a shout down there. Get on their website, see what they got. I don't know if they still got that. There's a 21-footer that you looked at down there last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And plus, Glenn had the three 18-footers. And I don't know if he sold all three of those yet, but I think the 21-footer's gone.
Yeah, he was rigging it back there.
Yeah. Get on his website there at Reynolds Racing and Marine, and you see a whole lot of stuff. They got props and trolling motors and jack plates and just all the stuff that takes to rig one out. So if you're needing something, get on their website and look and see if they've got it there available, and drop by there and pick it up.
Yes.
So we appreciate them sponsoring the show. All righty. Let's see, Mike, what else we got going on here? We mentioned that fishing tournament that the Morgan County Rescue Squad was putting on last week. I never did hear anything from any of those people about when and where. I hope if they have another one, they'll call in, let us get it on the air here.
Yeah.
And might pick up some more participants that way if everybody knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get to moving right along here. Let's go ahead and Chandler and show the film we've got, Mike's and mine. Let's get that behind us, and then we can do a lot of talking about it. All right. Folks, I'm here with David Ray, IOU BA, and IOUE, our operating engineers business agent and vice and president. And David, glad to have you with me, brother.
It's good to be here, Steve. I'm looking forward to catching some fish tonight.
Yeah, no, he's putting a lot of pressure on me. I'm telling you, he said I better catch them or I ain't coming back. I said, yeah, you'll come back. And I said, we're going to catch them. So we're going to put the camera down, get us some baits tied on, and we'll hope to get back to you all here shortly. David, pleasure to have you with me, buddy.
It's good to be here. It's fun.
All right, man. Didn't have it on film on this time. Now we got him. First fish we caught didn't have the camera on. Now we got it on. That's a nice one, David. Get him back to the water and get you another, buddy. All right, good job. We may find something here. I don't know. The bite's been slow. All right, folks. There David Ray is with another fish. Dadgummit, we've had 2 or 3 on. Let them jump off. That's a pretty fish, David. Yank in the water and get you another one, brother. Good deal. All right, folks, our old David is with another good smallmouth. We finally got our baits matched up and equaled up. I think we just got to get on the fish. We'll see what happens when that moon crest is here in a little bit. Good fish, David. Back in the water and get you another one, bud.
Yeah, we need some more of them.
Yeah, boy. All right. I got plenty of light. Yeah, hold him up. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. All right, there's another one. Back in the water, David. God. Yeah. All right. Beautiful picture. There's a keeper largemouth, folks. All right, David. Back in the water with him. Good deal. All right, folks. There David is with another good fish. Good job, David. Keep getting them, brother.
Yeah, we need to get a few more of them.
Yeah, boy. All right, let's get at it. All right, folks. There we are with another little old smallmouth. That's not too bad, but he ain't some of the size, as big as some of the ones we've caught, but we'll get him back in the water. There he goes. All right, folks, there's another good smallmouth. Got that in here. Get a bite, David. Get a bite. Yeah. All right, folks, our old David is with a good smallmouth, buddy. That's a good one, David.
Yeah.
That's a nice one there, buddy.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good luck up here tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, buddy, sure have. Ain't nothing wrong with that fish, man.
Good, healthy fish.
All right, yeah, boy. All right, David, got another one here. Get him back in the water. Pretty decent fish. Right. All right, folks, there David is with another good fish right there, buddy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, buddy.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good night, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We ain't done too bad after we got started. All right, back in the water and get you another. All right, we're back. Mark, we want to talk a little bit about what David and I were doing. Wasn't nothing we don't do all the time, except we had quite a bit of wind.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know how it is on Lewiston Sea when it's coming out of the Lost Creek up there. By the time it gets down there to Big Ridge, it's pretty good breeze.
Oh, yes, sir.
I mean, the water's choppy and rolling, and so we just kind of had to pick our places there to fish, just more or less to stay out of the wind. If you'd sat out there in that wind, the thing about it is staying where the fish is at. I mean, they're biting out there, but we just couldn't stay on them. Spot lock wasn't working.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I didn't have the speed turned up high enough, I guess.
Yeah.
But now it was, it was doing its thing. But I said, heck, let's go find us somewhere that's a little calmer. You know, and that's kind of what we done. Fished some places on the left side of the lake because the wind was blowing out of the north there, and so that left-hand bank had some calm places in it, and we got duck in behind the points and this, that, and the other, you know.
Yeah.
To just make it more comfortable for us. It didn't matter about the fish, but it was for us.
Yeah.
You know, and that kind of thing. We both were throwing David actually caught a couple of fish there or caught one and missed a couple more. They jumped and got off on a little old 1/4 ounce fly with a tiny chunk on it, but I was throwing the 3/8, and then when it got on into the night, I told him, I said, "Well, let's change the bait here." You know, so let me have it. You know, let's get down here. I'm gonna find you another jig, little 3/8 head on it, something to make it a little easier to throw, and get it down there where they were at. So we done that and started catching some more fish, but you know, it was just like you and Bill, we missed a lot.
Yeah.
We had several fish on, and they, you know, pull off, jump and break water and throw it. Just any kind of way you can think of, they was getting off, you know, and I'd get them up there next to the boat, and dadgummit, he'd make a hard run and come unhooked.
Yeah.
So we had just as many to get off as we did that we got in the boat, if not more. So there we go back to that batting average again. When you're only boating 3 out of the 10 bites you get, you're not doing too good.
Not doing it.
So
Fish are winning the battle.
the fish are winning the battle. Same old thing again. And, you know, the hooks, I mean, the baits we're throwing, it's got a dandy hook in them.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And how them suckers is getting off as easy. When they make a run away from you, that hook just automatically flips out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, may get a fast retrieve reel and when we get a bite on one, just wind him just fast as I can.
That's right.
Huh?
That's right.
Because if they run out there at the boat and run another boat, they're going to come unhooked about 9 out of 10 of
You
them.
can feel them when you set the hook on them, shaking that head, trying to throw that bait.
They're just shaking the head, and you get them started to the boat, and then they'll get up there at the boat and start down and under the boat there, and heck, they just unhook themselves.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
it's most of them that's hooked on right at the edge of the mouth. They're the ones that get off. And you take one that's down and under his eyeballs just a little bit, you can hold on to them pretty good. Yeah, we're not doing too good. When you only boat 3 out of every 10 bites you get, that's not too good an average. So we're gonna have to pick up the pace. May even have to put a trailer hook on, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, that's what, you know, just whatever it takes to keep them suckers hooked up. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
For sure. We throwed. It was dark. The moon hadn't come up over the ridge yet, and I don't know what time was it when it came up. About 2:30.
A little after 2.
A little after 2. Well, we were already on the boat trailer headed home. At that time, we loaded up the boat there about 1:45, and had things to do on Sunday morning, and so we were already pulling off the boat ramp right around 2 o'clock, and when we got up on top of the hill, why the moon was just coming up.
Yeah.
You know. And I thought maybe that might have made a whole heck of a lot of difference being out there when that moon come up, which wasn't a very big moon anyway. It's not much of the moon left. I guess this weekend we'll be in the dark.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
When I walked out the door this morning, there was just a little more than a crescent there, and it, so it probably come up
The only
4 or 5 o'clock, somewhere in there.
the good thing about that is come 4th of July weekend, we'll have another little, we'll have some moon up when we get there, more than likely.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be a little sliver, but it'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we changed baits a few times there, and like I said, David caught a couple of first fish on a little old 1/4 ounce jig, and trying to stay out of the wind. I caught, the first cast I made, we put the boat in, swung out there in front of that white sign there at the boat ramp, and I made a cast out there, and some gun didn't have one hooked, and he got off.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought, well, it's going to be a pretty good night here. But it's changing baits, changing places, and, a couple of those places, we only fished 4, or actually 5 places. The minute we took off up the lake, we just hit 4 more places and caught the fish that we caught right off of them 4 places. Mm-hmm. And just because of the being out of the wind, and it paid off. And the bad thing about it was, like I said, heck, we should have had 25, 30 fish in the boat, as many bites as we had, and just couldn't hold on to them, and they just get loose, and us trying to get them in the boat, and we had 3 or 4 or 5 right there at the dang dip net, and they'd jump across the dip net, and they'd be gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the net man wasn't doing too good a job, and that kind of thing. So, but we had a good time, and the fish, are biting up there, and I just don't know where the good. I'm talking about 4-plusers, 4 pound plus, smallmouth. Back years ago, we'd catch a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
But we just don't seem to do that anymore.
Yeah, it's something.
I don't know, but that point going into Big Ridge Holler on the left right there, back years ago, man, I could always count on 2 or 3 good 4 1/4 pound smallmouth right there. And they're just not there. I mean, there's fish there, but they're not that size. And I don't know what's happened to them, but they just not there. I mean, like I said, the fish is there, 2 pounders, 2 1/2, maybe a 3 every now and then. But heck, man, you just pull in there and catch 2 or 3, 4-plusers.
Back when we was fishing the reader and stuff there, heck, you could catch one. Probably wouldn't even make the 18-inch mark. It'd weigh 5 pounds.
Yeah, they're just footballs.
Yeah.
Now they're all river fish. They're slim, long and slender.
Well, yeah, I had one the other night that I could just about swear he'd go 18 inches, and I doubt he'd weigh 1.5 pounds. It was that going skinny, looked like it starved to death. But minnows everywhere. I mean, the depth finders showing them jumping all over the water and everything else out there in front of us. And Bill said, I never seen like minnows.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know how come these fish ain't feeding on them.
Dang if I know, Mike. Minnows, like you said, all over the depth finder. We run into a couple of places the same way, and but they're just more crawdad oriented. That's all I can say. Because that's what we're imitating.
It is.
Is a crawdad.
Yeah.
And that's what they seem to be wanting.
Mm-hmm.
And used to, you'd get them, they'd get flopping around on the boat, and they'd be crawdad pinchers and everything else, where they're spitting them back up and throwing them out, and all over the boat and everything else. But I don't know, they just don't seem to be feeding on the shad like they ought to.
No, they sure don't.
And
Sure don't.
see what the deal is. we caught a lot of our fish. The boat was sitting in 23 feet of water most of the time, and we had several bites right at the boat, and then you'd have a bite in there at 15 to 18 feet, and then like I said, get your bait out there. I'd fish mine all the way to the boat, and then even bounce at a time or two, and had several bites doing that. So the fish was in that zone of 15, 18 feet out to 20, 23 feet.
Yeah.
And didn't fish much deeper than that. We stayed right in that neighborhood, and I'm not saying there's not any. I'm not saying there's not any fish shallow, because I don't know that. When you're throwing in 15 foot of water, it's hard to catch a fish over in 5 foot of water. Mm-hmm. So there's probably some still there. The water temperature, what did you have? I had 83.
Yeah.
And there on the surface. So the water was warming up, and there ain't no telling what it'd be tomorrow night or Saturday night. It could be 85, 87 on the surface. And it'll just keep getting deeper, that warm water with the sun on it. It's just going to keep warming it up deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
So by July, we may have to catch fish. We may have to fish 40 feet to get a bite. You can't never tell.
And that's mostly what you throwed was.
Yeah, I throwed that black with that gold flake in it, and black trailer. That was and I had a orange jig on. I mean, not an orange jig, but one with a little watermelon in it. Mm-hmm. It was on my second rod, and I think I might have caught one fish on it, but I stayed with that black more than anything. Mm-hmm. Because it was it was dark.
Yeah.
There was no doubt about it. And over the years, I've always decided that on a dark night, I want to fish a dark bait. Mm. Bright night, get a bright.
Yeah, yeah.
So we just have to carry on with it. Okay, Dylan, give us a sponsor break and come back to us. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors, we're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air. And I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. All righty. Mike, Bill had been out to Dell Holler with Max for 2 or 3 days, and they caught maybe 4 days, caught a few fish. One night they didn't do worth a hoot. The next night they done pretty good, and then they had another bad night, and then they done pretty good. So he came home with a vengeance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's ready to go. So we're going to see what comes up here tomorrow, and we may be on the water tomorrow night.
Yeah, we are.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, good deal. Good deal. That'll work. Brother Bill will be to get you. Some way, somehow here.
Yeah, he's supposed to got that shoulder back in shape. That's what he told me. He's gonna get back in fishing shape.
That's good. That's absolutely wonderful. Can't wait. Can't wait.
That's right.
So it's time to get him. We'll give him a shout on the way home and try to get something lined up.
Yeah. He kind of gave me a little bit of a funny look, and I think he was making fun of my dip net.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I had that little trap net there laying in the bottom of the boat.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, like I said, we lose so dang many of them. I like to film them when we're trying to get them in, but son of a gun, you get to fooling around with the camera, and next thing you know, the fish is gone, and you didn't get no film other than just waiting on him to come up, and then run across the dip net and come unhooked, and this stuff like that. So that's why I told Mike the other week. I said, no more filming till we get them in the net.
Yeah, I just quit even trying to net them. I just think them in the boat.
Yeah. I hear you. So we'll hopefully we can get back on the water there possibly tomorrow night or Saturday night for a little while and get on some fish. Mm-hmm. Get them in the boat. Now, you and Bill fished down the river some up there the other night. Tell me about that. We very seldom do that, but every now and then, yeah. And there's some good places between Sequoia or Stardust and Point 19 down the river.
Well, there's a couple other boats down there on some places, so we didn't fish, but actually one place down the river there. Found a point there and run in there on it. And, I caught a couple off of it. There one that was fairly decent smallmouth, and then a little largemouth, I believe it was, off of it. But it was out of the wind, and we come back up out there on that.
Right.
Yeah, maybe should have went on down through there on other places, but there'd been a lot of boats run down the river there. I guess they was headed back from fishing a tournament or something down there somewhere.
Yeah, when we got to the boat ramp, or right there at the boat ramp, getting ready to load up, there was 3 or 4 came from up down through there, and they, they was running pretty good, and they went on down the river. So they must have had a tournament out of Anderson County or somewhere down in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And because it was just time for them to start heading in, you know. And that's when we were getting loaded up. I thought one of them was you, but it wasn't. And they made the turn there, Pilot Island, and headed down the river. So I said, no, it's not Mike either. But, okay, Chandler, put Mike's film on there, will you?
Okay, folks, I got Bill Nichols up here with me tonight. We're going up here to get after these smallmouth. Steve's got David Ray. They going off up through yonder trying to catch one. I don't know if they will or not.
But hey, Mike, you don't know how good it is to be back out here with you.
Yeah.
Old Bill's not been able to fish very much in the last few months, but I'm feeling a lot better, and at 93 years old, I'm just tickled to death to be out of here, son. And I can still jerk on them with the best.
I hear that. Hear that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get on up here and see if we can find a place out of the wind till this wind lays down.
That'll be fine, old buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That wind will settle down before it's over with.
Yes, sir. Sure will. We're looking at things here on the depth finder, 83-degree water temperature and stuff there. So we'll figure out where they're at. It's a beautiful night, that's for sure. Ain't hardly any clouds in the sky or nothing. That moon will be up here directly, so we'll get back after them. Now we got him.
Okay, old buddy.
Yeah.
There's old Michael Fish. He's a crackerjack, old buddy.
Got him right under the boat.
Yeah,
23
right under
foot.
the boat.
Yeah, 23 foot. Boy, he's a nice one.
All right, we need to get another, Mike.
Yes, sir. Sure
Okay. Put him back
do. Put
in.
him back in. Throw him in.
Okay, old buddy. Okay,
Yeah,
old buddy.
there we go.
Oh, Mikey got another in here. This fish just been spotted out. He's thin as a rail.
There's a rail. He ain't been eating too good, has he?
He ain't been eating or something.
He's still out there in the same spot, about that 22,
Yeah,
25
that's
foot.
Yeah.
All right, we like him.
Put him back.
Put him back, yeah.
Put him back, old buddy. Put him back there. Go, man, go.
Oh, yeah, well, now we got a good picture of him.
I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
Old Mike got a dandy here,
Yeah.
son. It's a good, healthy fat fish.
Yeah, throwed out there and fooling around with everything except paying attention to my bait, picked it up, and he done grabbed it. Took off.
He threw it out there and just let it go to the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the time it hit the bottom,
Oh,
bam.
That is a nice one.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, he's 18 inches or better.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, good fish.
Okay, old buddy.
Yeah, we'll throw him back and see if we can get a few more of them.
Okay, old buddy. You got him awful thin, but he's
Yeah,
he's
well,
long
we got-
enough to be 3 pounds, but he's so thin, it's pitiful.
Yeah, that's right. He's a little bit thin. He's skinny as can be.
Yeah, he's skinny as
Like-
a rail.
Like
Okay?
he started dead, yeah.
Oh, mouth, old buddy.
Yeah, that's another
sir.
good.
Hey, they're out here where they ought to be right now.
That's right. That's right. That's a good one, Bill.
Yes, sir, old buddy.
We'll put him back and maybe we get a bigger one.
Okay, son. I'll tell you what.
Right.
All right, there we are back. Mikey's had 4 pretty good fish there.
That's a nice one, but like I say, our batting average ain't too good.
No, we ain't batting too good. That's a fact. We'd be lucky to make it on the A team down there on the baseball team if that's the best we could do.
When we first started there right before dark, I started out with the watermelon red and caught one and missed one down there. And wind was blowing pretty hard and fished right on up there, and it started, moved over to another place, and we didn't get a strike off of it. And that's when I changed up and started throwing that black jig with the gold in it, the watermelon rind on it. And
Yeah.
I think I lost one and caught one on it. And I kept throwing it. I wasn't doing all that much good on it. And that's when I got that other rod out. It had the the jig head on it, and had a Z-hog on it.
Yeah.
Solid black Z-hog.
A solid black Z-hog, okay.
Yeah. And that's when we went down the river. And like I say, we pulled in on that one point there and come back around it. Caught 2 fish off of it, one smallmouth and the other a little largemouth. And then we come on back up the river there. It seemed like the wind was laying down a little bit. And pulled in on another spot, and I caught one good fish off of it, and Bill, I think he lost one off of it, and I lost another one off of it. And we didn't get another strike there for a little while, so we moved on up, tried another place, and come around the end of it, and turned out there on where it dropped off, and I made a long cast back in there, and on that Z-hog, caught a good fish there, and had him hooked in the back of the tongue a little bit, and he was trying to bleed, so I just cut the dang hook and throwed him back in. He run around there on top a minute and come back through and under the boat and flopped a time or two, and then all of a sudden he went down, and we kept looking for him to come back up. He never did come back up, so figured he made it there, so I got rigged up again, and we went over and fished one more spot there, I believe it was, and I caught a good fish off of it. And then I had a hold of another fish and got him up there and just about ready to throw him in the boat when he shook that head and he come loose. And the moon was kind of coming up there then. And Bill said, I'm ready to go when you are. I said, but I've been waiting on you to tell me.
Huh. Well, all right then. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, Mike, talking about that Z-hog, how are you fishing that? How are you rigging that thing up?
Well, you know, it's just going down through the center of it and coming back out just like you would a grub or something. Put it on there, just run it through there and bring it back out here and let it hang out the back of it. And ain't no big deal on it. I mean, you can Texas rig it or Carolina rig it, however you want to do it, but may do better doing it that way. It seemed like I hook more fish on the jig head than I do the Texas rig with it. But it seems like they get off a little easier on a jig head than what they do on a Texas rig. As far as Carolina rig, I hadn't tried it on the Carolina, but that might be a good thing to throw it on too.
Yeah, good possibility. I know you've been fooling with that Z-hog for the last 3 or 4 years, you know, and you've had a couple of good trips with it.
It just depends if you get the right color in it, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's good, how good it is. Especially, you know, back when the moon was full and stuff, and there's a touch of orange on it or a touch of chartreuse on the ends, them
Yeah.
flappers on the end of it, and on Texas rig, and they just beat it up. But I did try a dang green pumpkin worm up there the other night, and thinking that might catch some fish, but not a strike on it.
Well, so I'm gonna. That's another thing too. I'm gonna tell y'all. You know, black is a good color for me, and I usually have it on whenever it's dark. And another color that we go to is a green pumpkin.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if I had on a moonless night, and I'd have my normal black, and on one rod, and a green pumpkin on another rod.
Yeah.
And whichever one they want to hit the best, the one I stick with.
You know, the other week, what Ed was throwing, because his was a hair jig, but he was throwing that black and blue.
Black and blue.
And said he caught 7 and probably missed 7 there, you know.
Yeah.
Got off on him. Last year there, that green pumpkin with a shade of blue in it
Was
worked pretty good for a while.
right. Yeah, it sure did. The watermelon with that blue was awful good bait last year, and wound up. Well, I don't think we've got any more of that skirt material like that.
No.
I'm pretty sure we used it all up. So that's a bait gone right there, you know. And we caught a lot of fish on that thing last year, especially when the moon was up.
Yeah.
And so you know, if you're going to fish up there, just like I said, you're throwing the bait. But I like the dark on the dark night, like the dark color.
Yeah.
And even black and red should work good. With a little red in the back of it, you know. Or the black with the red flake, but do good too.
So that red hairs with that black line on it. And a lot of times he's in the moonlight or in the dark.
Yeah.
Catch fish on it.
Yeah, so were we. And you know, then we got into this copper crawl and the copper crawl with orange, and I like to fish that copper crawl when the moon's up bright. For sure. But yeah, I mean, we caught a lot of fish on a black jig with a red trailer, or black with a little bit of red in the back side, on the bottom side of it. Just have to experiment. If you're not getting bites, change up something until you start getting bites, and then you just work your way into what they're actually wanting. You know, it's a little bit of trial and error. We just go by what we've done in the past, and the color wise, and how bright that dang moon is.
Yes, sir.
And the water on North Lake right now is probably as clear as I've seen it in a while.
Yeah, it's nice.
If you'll think, it never did get into the woods this year, and so it's, you know, it's clear. I mean, there ain't no two ways about it.
Other than the boat traffic muddying up
spots, yeah.
But as far as the rain washing in, and creeks are running muddy water and all,
No,
it's cleared up pretty good.
yeah, that's definitely for a fact. We've not had a lot. I think it's only 4 or 5 days this month that we've had any rainfall, according to the news, and so it's wind traffic or boat traffic's the only thing they are there muddying it up. You know, waves sloshing on the bank, but. And that's only where you find the clay bank. Most of the, all of you know, most of the banks up there are got a lot of rock on them, so they don't generate a whole lot of mud. Now there is places that there's not any rock, and the waves do get that area muddy. And so anyway, that's about the deal. We've got a whole box full of different colors of jigs here that we usually tie on and fish with, and we'll just have to go from there and see what's going on. I got 3 sizes of them bitsy bugs: the 1/4 ounce, a 3/8, and a 1/2 ounce, and caught a lot of fish on those, and especially in the moonlight when they got that watermelon trailer on them. They're hard to beat.
They are. They're
hard to beat. There ain't no two ways about it.
Yeah, you can tell that half when the lead comes all the way back down on it.
Yeah.
The head still stays about the same, but they put that extra weight coming back down the shank of the hook there.
Yeah, that's a 1/2 ounce right there. And I've got some 3/4 ounce football headed jigs in there that you pick that thing up and you say, golly bum, a dang fish hitting that heavy thing. Well, hell hit it, without a doubt.
Yeah, it hits that bottom and makes that thump.
Yeah.
like that, and they come to see what it is.
Come to see what it is. That's exactly right.
And you'd be surprised how them son of guns can flower them gills and suck it up like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. That's one of the green and blues right there.
Yeah.
Sure is. So,
Yeah.
But, you know, anyway, you guys watching, give us a call in over here and let us know what's going on. And because we only got about 15 more minutes left, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a report. Tell us what you've been doing. I figured Ed Galt would have done called in, or Jeff Parrott. Jeff may be on vacation. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, them dang fish can, I've seen them do it in our spawning on the nest and stuff, and you throw bait in there and bring it out and lay it in that nest, and he'll be that far, a foot or more away from it, and them gills will go out and you just blow it plumb out of there.
Yeah.
If they blow it out, they suck it up off the bottom like it ain't nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There ain't no two ways about it. They know what to do with it.
Yes, sir.
And we're just fooling them with the imitation of a crawdad.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No doubt about it. And, you know, we never got to fish any of those good places going up the lake there from the boat ramp on the right-hand side there the other night because of that wind, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We stopped on one of them, but shoot, I said, let's find something a little calmer,
Yeah, I heard that.
you know.
I heard
So,
that.
that's what we was into. Let's see. Can't think of
About the only way I could fish it would be to turn the trolling motor up, and I'd pull up a little bit and spot lock it and make a throw. Got it back in. I'd try to pull on up a little bit more and spot lock it back down. Try to let it hold us there before we could fish the bait, you know, instead of fighting the wind.
Mm-hmm.
The way we was, but yeah, it worked out pretty good. But it's sure better when it's just maybe a slight breeze, just enough to keep the bugs away.
Yeah.
And there was plenty enough to keep the bugs away the other night.
Yeah, the bugs didn't stand a chance there like Saturday night, that's for sure.
Bill said something about the willow flies, and I said, well, the other week there we had willow flies on the boat, several of them. They was big ones too.
Yeah.
And stuff there, so, you know, I just think that wind had something to do with them, where they couldn't get out of the water or something up there the way it was.
Well, there was several on my boat.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah, it sure was. We think it's a little early for them, but they're hatching out in places.
Yeah.
No doubt about it, because they come to the top of the water and then they come to them lights on the boat.
Yeah.
So we just have to.
In a calm place, you might find
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
We didn't find none out there in that wind.
No, they didn't stand much of a chance in that wind, but now they are hatching. Some of them are anyway, because we run into them up our week 4 last.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
in places, without a doubt.
And some guns can sure get aggravating when there's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt about that. They get cover the boat up. Dadgum, you have to rake them off and get a handful, shoo them off the boat when you get to the boat ramp and things of that nature. And I believe that I know that green light attracts them bugs and them willow flies more than the black light does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you, you know, when there's all kinds of bugs around, you turn that green light off and they seem to dissipate a little bit.
It does. It
But,
does.
They come to that green light a lot more than they do the black lights. But that doesn't mean they still don't cover you up with the black lights on, but they just, even the bugs, when you turn that green light on, man, they're all over the place. So, and this water warming up, you know, from 83.5 to probably 85 or 86 on the surface up there right now. And bugs are out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they definitely out. I meant to tell Sherry to get me some of those dryer rags, and I was going to wipe them around on me and on my shirt sleeves and stuff and try to keep them away from you, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Got to be something that'll get
It's
them.
rough when they're crawling in your ear and up your nose and in your eyes.
Yeah, and you turn that dang flashlight on, it just even worse. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Ed, how are you, brother?
I heard you talking about me.
Well, Mike was telling me about how you was catching them. I definitely wasn't going to let your secret out.
Well, that was well, I forget that last Saturday or when that was, but me and my nephew Travis went last Thursday night, and we boated about 12. We probably lost about that many.
Mm-hmm.
And one was 19 and a half I caught, and the other one was 19 3/4.
Oh, well, heck, now you're coming on with it, Ed.
Well, now listen, Steve, these fish we were catching, they were healthy. They were big fat ones.
Was he? Well, that's good to hear. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that.
And we're throwing the black and blue, the black trailers, and black and red with the red trailers.
Yeah. Which one? What color do you think they hit the best, or about the same for both?
That black and blue.
Black and blue. Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. I'm glad you caught a couple of nice ones. That sounds good. Would you think they would weigh 3 pounds or better, Ed?
Them two 19s probably would.
Yeah. Okay. Shoot, that sounds good.
Hey, I was curious if Mike had mentioned to you about what he thought about my spare tire cover on my boat trailer.
Yeah, I like that real well.
Yeah, he was telling me about it there.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I said, Steve sees that, he'll never let me live it down.
Yeah. Head dance.
Ed dance.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Had a
Nothing
UT
wrong with
hat
that.
on and everything.
Yeah. Well.
But hey, and you talking about maybe helping Bill have something easier to get into the boat with?
Yeah.
I'll have to get busy and build him some kind of a stair stepper.
Yeah. He's got that out there at the camper at Dale Hollow. Him and Paul built a set of steps and a little platform, and they just backed the boat right up there beside of it and build his steps right off that end on the deck of the boat there. And he's loaded up, ready to go.
Well, I'm trying to dream up something that is kind of sturdy, but still you can collapse it and put it, carry
Back
around
in
your
your back
truck
of your truck. Yeah. Well, I've got one of those little stair steppers there at the house, and I told Mike, I said, matter of fact, last summer we used it 3 or 4 times getting Bill in and out of the boat, and it worked pretty good. But you're exactly right. You got to have something that you can haul in the back of the truck and fold it up and put it back in the truck, and you can unfold it when he gets ready to get out. But he made it pretty good. I talked to him there Monday, and then this afternoon going in from the show, he said he was ready.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
That guy,
He's tougher than a pine knot.
I believe he could catch a 3 in a mud puddle before he got to the lunchroom.
I wouldn't doubt it a bit, Ed. I really wouldn't. But we're going to try to get him out there this weekend and just on through the summer, some way, somehow, and keep him on the water, man.
All right, well, listen, I'll let y'all go. You got things to do.
Hey, good to hear from you, Ed.
Okay, thanks.
All right, buddy. See you.
Okay, bye.
All right. Glad Ed called in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always thinking about how to make it easier on Bill.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
And,
sir.
he once he gets in the boat, man, he's all over it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's ready to roll. I mean, his age and him still going, that's great.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding.
So we'll want to try to get him up there either tomorrow night or Saturday night for a little while and get on some fish and let him catch them.
Yeah, I'll probably never make it to that age, but man, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he's just carried right on. I'm telling you, we just love to have him with us anytime we can get him to go.
Yeah.
He was disappointed in the Dale Holler trip, but they had a couple of good nights, pretty good nights, but they had one. I think he said they had one smallmouth just a tad over 5 pounds. And that's a good smallmouth. But without a doubt, that's a dandy. So.
Yeah, but he was telling me about them two women down there caught them.
Yeah, one of them, what was it, 6, 7 or something like that, and they were sisters. And one of them had, I think it was 6, 7 or something like that, and then the next day the other sister caught one that weighed 6, 5 or something like that.
6, 8.
6, 8, okay. That's 2 dandies.
They was catching them
live bait.
Live bait,
Yeah, I ain't no doubt about it. All right, folks. We're going to sign off. Ask you to be careful on the water. Make sure you got your life jackets where you need to be, and the best place to put them is wear them.
Yeah. Yeah, he had another one that drowned it up on the Holston there, and they don't know exactly what happened on it yet, but sure hate to hear that.
Yeah, we got to really be careful on pontoon boats, bass boats, ski boats, runabouts, whatever it might be. Know the rules of the water. Who has the right of way whenever you're out there. There is a training session from TWRA. You can go to your local library or whatever, or even call them. They'll give you the places to be to take the training, and so you know the rules of the road when you hit the water. All right. God bless y'all. We'll see you next week. All right. Hey, folks. We're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay, that's all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. You can take any jig. Vance, get some of those bills. The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait here and you can make a jig or a swim bait, any kind of head.
Throw it and put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades. And like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at, gosh, I mean, man, the racks are hanging full of stuff, line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemore Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need back here on the thing. I mean, it's just I've just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make a new film, Edgemore Outdoors, and we just thank you for their support here over the years, keeping the show going, and it's just row after row of tackle, baits, plastics, crappie stuff, catfish stuff. They've got live bait, reels, rods. I mean, it's just if you're looking for it, more than likely they have it over here. So do come by, stop in here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors, and I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied and they can help you find what you need.